so good inside. Don't need anybody, I just need to be. I just wanna dance all night. I don't want to remember everything you did. I'm done with the hurt inside. Feel it in my body, feel it in my feet, and it feels so good inside. And I always wanna feel like this. I close my eyes and all the troubles fade away. I was once got so deep into me, but tonight I won't let that out. Gonna make myself forget about you, baby. Gonna make my head forget your name. 'Cause tonight I'm gonna dance the pain away. Forget your name. Gonna make myself forget about you, baby. Oh, gonna make my head forget your name. 'Cause tonight I'm gonna dance the pain away. Forget your name. Forget your name. Gonna make myself forget about you, baby. Gonna make my head forget about your name, yeah, yeah.
Hey,
Okay, hey, we're live on the air and ready for another show. Rick, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Good.
Great. Yeah, you look happy now that your Dodgers have won.
Well, it's been a long time, and I end up burning this hat every year and have to buy a new one at the beginning of the next year. But they won today. They tied up the series, 3-3. So we'll have to see what happens. I see. I don't know if anybody out there knows it, but Dave Roberts wears a Panerai. I don't like Roberts really as a manager, but I got to tell you, he has a good taste in watches. He wears a Panerai submersible, 47 millimeter, and it's a good looking watch. And obviously he can afford it. So speaking of which, I don't know if I'll get a chance to show it tonight, but I did just get a brand new Panerai, black alligator strap with green stitching and a green dial in commemoration of an Indian athlete. It's the color of the Indian flag. Only 251 made in the world, and I just got it delivered day before yesterday. So anyway, I want to thank all the guys that are here. I see a bunch of guys I know, and Michael and Kimon. Thanks for being here. This is going to be a Renato show today. I'm not going to give any pricing. I'm just going to show the watches, and if somebody is interested, at the end of the show, you can message me or email me, and we'll go from there. I want to be able to not deal with pricing during the show. So if you wouldn't mind not asking any questions about that, I'd appreciate it because I won't be able to get to that. So let me start out. Well, I might as well start out with the one on my wrist. It's the only one that's on my wrist, hopefully, right? And okay, so here it is. This is a T-Rex. This is one of the ones I resisted selling for years. You can see it's got a diamond subdial at the bottom. It's all black IP with blue hour and minute hands and blue engraving on the hour markers. And then you can see, if you can see real close, you can see maybe if I put it at the right angle, you might be able. Let me take it off and show you. You might be able to see the kind of the perlage decoration on the dial. Let's see if we can get to it here. I'm so bad with these angles. There you go. You can see it there. So it's got the perlage on the dial, and it's 8040N, as you can see, day and date. Diamond subdials. It's a beauty. It's a T-Rex, so it's about a 50 to 52 millimeter watch, all black IP.
I don't remember ever seeing that one before.
Well, that's because I don't usually show it. I frankly, As I began the show tonight, I still wasn't sure I wanted to sell it, but I'll listen to any offers. As you guys know, bigger watches are not my thing anymore. But this one is so aesthetically pleasing that I resisted for a long time, um, you know, doing anything about it. So let me put that aside and show you. Let me go through a couple of wildebeests. Now, this is a gold wildebeest, but it's got a lot of black on it, black vulcanized rubber and a black vulcanized rubber bezel as well. So the gold really is a much more sporty gold than you'd normally see in a watch because of the rubber. And as you can see closely there on the dial, you'll see the carbon fiber. It's a carbon fiber dial. So this is one of those gold watches I wear because it's got a more sporty look. It's not a typical gold dress watch, and it's a wildebeest, all Swiss made, and it's a great Renato, and it's well, need I say, immaculate shape, immaculate condition. It's just gorgeous watch. So if you like carbon fiber and if you like black vulcanized rubber with a little touch of gold, there you have a wildebeest. I don't know why the second hand is running. Let me reset that. There you go. So that's our second watch of the day. And coming up right behind it is the sister watch, which is a really hot watch. This is another one I held on to for a long time before deciding to sell it. This one is a white mother of pearl. And boy, the mother of pearl really doesn't do it justice on the camera. If you were up close, you could see the pink hues in here that I see right now. And it picks up the pink hues because we got a more or less a pink rose gold bracelet with, again, vulcanized rubber center links and vulcanized rubber dial. It's a gorgeous watch. I really like it. It's really a grade A mother of pearl. I'm not going to keep it on here too long because no matter what I do, you can't do the mother of pearl justice. You'd have to see this up close. Take my word for it on this one. It's a gorgeous mother of pearl.
Is that a wildebeest also?
It's a wildebeest, yeah, Renato wildebeest. And I had a white one like this that I sold. Well, I'm sorry, not a white one, a silver tone. This one is a rose gold with black rubber center links and a black vulcanized rubber bezel. Next one is a Renato T-Rex with yellow carbon fiber. There's a guy that I've had service my watches in the past. You guys probably know him. He's online here. I won't mention his name right now, but I know you guys know who he is. I don't want to do it without his authorization. I haven't talked to him about it really. But this is a yellow, all black IP, yellow dial, yellow carbon fiber T-Rex. Okay? And probably if it was me and I was going to keep this watch, I'd probably have him service it and just wipe the inside of the crystal. You can see very how legibly it is here. You can see the time without any problem, but it's got a little bit of a haze on the inside of the crystal and just needs to be cleaned. It, needs to be serviced, but not for the movement because the movement is a quartz movement, and it's running very smoothly. So there's a black IP 50 to 52 millimeter T-Rex with a yellow carbon fiber dial. I've always liked this watch. Honestly, I have one that I haven't put up for sale with an orange carbon fiber dial, black IP. So that's watch number 4. And all of these watches, unless I tell you differently, are quartz watches tonight. So this one is a big one. This one's about a 53 millimeter, all black IP, Renato. And it's kind of from the. I need to open this up in the back to see. I don't think it's a Mastro. Look at the latch on this. This is the only time he did this. This is before the company was sold. So you open this up, It opens up like this. The latch opens up like this. Okay. And then you have a pull apart deployant. So you close it up like that, and then you put the latch over it. So it's got a double latch on it. Let's see if it says this is a. Let's see here. It says a Vulcan diver, so I think it's from the Vulcan family, only it's bigger. And you can see the 4 large screws on the front of the bezel. It's got sort of like a square perlage decoration on the bezel. And let's see if we can see the perlage. This isn't true perlage, obviously, but it's a perlage simulation. You can see there maybe on the dial, blue perlage with a yellow second hand. And a beautiful bracelet. It's really got an unusual bracelet on it. Nice handiwork on this Renato. And by the way, there's how you snap it. Of course, there's the dual deployant, or I should say the dual pull apart. And then you just flip this lock over, and it locks in place. And again, it is a chronograph. You can see the 2 pushers here. It's a big boy. It really is, and it's a gorgeous watch. Black IP with a beautiful ocean blue dial. And yellow accents on the second hand, as you can see. Okay, that is number 5. Number 6, I'm going to show you real quick. This is a hand-wound Lupa. It's sort of like a Lupa Revolution. It's pretty big, but it's an exhibition. You can see the watch. It's got it's very nicely decorated on the inside there, on the back, as you can see. And it's got a beautiful leather strap to it. So this is a Lupa Revolution, and it's all hand wound. And you can feel it as you wind it. When it gives a little bit of a pushback, that's when you stop. And it's got blue accents on the hour and second hands. I don't know if you can see that, but it does.
What kind of strap did you say on that?
That is a brown leather strap, sort of like a chocolate brown leather strap on that. And it's a big, long strap, so it'll fit any wrist. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's number 6. Number 7 is the rose gold and brown T-Rex. You can see the steel barrels. You can see the carbon fiber. I hope you can see the carbon fiber on the dial. Brown. It's a brown dial, brown carbon fiber, big old T-Rex, and it's all vulcanized rubber with the Renato signature clasp. This is 7.5-inch wrist only, because the rubber has been cut, so you can't go ahead and make it any larger, but you can make it smaller. So it fits nice with a little bit of nice little room for hot days on a 7.5-inch wrist, which is my wrist size. And then we have one just like it, which is the gunmetal. Same thing. And there you can see them. I don't know why isn't my camera working good today, Rick? It's kind of stuttering.
Yeah, it is stuttering.
But anyway, there you can see the gunmetal carbon fiber, the gunmetal dial with rose gold accents on the barrels. And it is a same thing. It's a vulcanized rubber with the beautiful engraved clasp. It is a T-Rex, again, about 50 to 52 millimeters in size. Beautiful watch. Again, these 2 T-Rexes are ones that I've held off selling for quite a long while. The only caveat, again, is you must have a 7.5-inch wrist or smaller to wear those. But they're gorgeous watches. I want to say on the T-Rexes, these are all my Renatos, are Renatos that were made when Daniel Mink owned the company and when he used to be on Shop NBC. It was called Shop NBC back then. Jim Skelton was the moderator. So all of these are original Renatos. They're not, and again, I don't want to cast any aspersions on the Renatos made today. I've seen some of them; they look great. I haven't bought any, but I just think it's fair to tell you that these are original Renatos that were made by the original owner of the company. Here's another one. So those two were rubber cut. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is our 9th watch. And this is also, you can see the beautiful vulcanized rubber on here. This is also cut to 7.5 inches with a beautiful engraved clasp. This is the Purple Beast. So this is about a 46 millimeter timepiece. I'll put this one on the wrist to kind of give you an idea. Okay, so it's a good size timepiece. Not as big as the T-Rex, obviously, but and you can see it's got a purple dial with orange. That's actually orange accents on the subdial and on the 8. I know it comes through as looking kind of yellow, but that's orange. So it's an orange and purple combination. And again, I want to emphasize that on any of these rubber bands that I'm using on Renato, I've had these for years. There's not even a hint of a crack or a mark on these. In other words, this is high quality rubber made in Austria, and these are straps that are not going to break like the Invictus. By the way, I had a Venom, a gorgeous Venom and I'm not a Venom fan, but for people who like Venom, I know you would say this was a gorgeous Venom with carbon fiber. It was a all carbon fiber dial, and it was I have it over here. I think it was a platinum mother of pearl, gorgeous watch, and the rubber just came right off, just broke in half. So now I can't sell that watch, but I might consider if somebody bought a watch, I might consider adding that in if they really wanted to go through the trouble of getting their own strap, and I could show you that at the end of the show if anybody's really interested. Let me go to the next watch, which is the Calibre Robusto. And there you can see the dial on this one is, again, kind of a sunburst style. You can see it there. You can see the sunburst. It's got a black dial, all rose gold. And you can see the perlage on the inside of the clasp. Calibre Robusto was made as a dress watch by Daniel Mink, and he said, "Well, this is my version of a 45 millimeter watch, but the band is so thick. Here it is. I think it plays like a 46 without any question." There's my 7.5 inch wrist, and there's the Calibre Robusto in all rose gold with a black onyx dial, I believe this is. Believe it or not, it's an onyx dial. Gorgeous watch. I've got so many dress watches, guys. I can't use it anymore. So that's the reason I'm selling it. Let's go to another T-Rex. This one is a beautiful black mother of pearl. I've shown this before. This one is a black mother of pearl. There you can see a little bit of the mop on there. This is an all gold watch, and again, a 46 millimeter T-Rex with an ETA G10 in it. Every watch I've showed you so far is a quartz timepiece. So there it is. This is a little dressy for me at this point in time. I still have some gold watches I do wear that are kind of dressy, but they're a little bit smaller. Like I think I told you guys, I'm more into a 42 to a 45 millimeter watch size now. This one's about a 46, but I think it plays like a 47 because of that long, that thick band that the Renato is famous for. So that is a gold wildebeest with a black mother of pearl dial. This one is the very first Renato I ever bought. Never thought I'd sell this watch, to be honest with you. Sometimes when I see you guys wearing watches or showing watches that I know that I've sold to you, boy, the pangs of reminiscing really hit me sometimes, because I think to myself, gee, I really sold that watch. But I know you guys are watch fanatics, and I know you love your watches, and I couldn't be happier that they're in your hands. But anyway, here's a really cool watch. This is a red carbon fiber, my very first Renato, and it looks like any brand new Renato you would buy. It's got a yellow signature 8 with a yellow second hand and a yellow dial, a yellow hand in the subdials. And you can see the red carbon fiber. If you like red watches, this was the first Renato that I purchased. And it is a wildebeest. And there you go. I want to just show it to you. I can always re-show you these watches privately if you ever want to hook up with me to examine them more closely. But just let me tell you, there's not a mark on this thing. There it is. Red carbon fiber with yellow accents, Renato wildebeest. Next watch is another watch. There's probably about 6 watches in here I really was very hesitant about selling, and I've mentioned a few of them to you. This is another one. Even though it's gold, to me it's very sporty. It is a gold wildebeest with champagne dial, and it's champagne carbon fiber. To me, guys, any watch with carbon fiber automatically takes it into the partial sporty area. It only becomes a sport/dress watch when you have some other nice stuff on it, like maybe some gold or maybe a nice alligator strap. Here's a big, thick Hirsch alligator strap. Look at that beautiful strap. Hirsch, by the way, is the same strap maker that makes the straps, the alligator straps for Panerai. And as I mentioned to you at the top of the show, I just got my new Panerai a few days ago. And I got 2 Hirsch straps with it. But anyway, look how thick that strap is, how Daniel Mink made that. That is a thick alligator strap. Look, I mean, it looks brand new, like you just got it from the store. And this watch is at least 5 years old. But anyway, you can see the carbon fiber. Again, it's champagne, and it's a gold chronograph with a red second hand in the accents. And again, for anybody just joining us, I indicated I wasn't going to give any prices at the top of the show. I figured if there was some interest, somebody could go ahead and let me know. And if you didn't catch all the watches, you can re-watch the show as a rerun and see a watch you like, then message me or email me, and we can negotiate a price. Here's another Renato. This is the only Vulcan I have left. It was very popular when it was being sold. You can see the Vulcan Renato is very famous for its bracelet, the way it was engraved and gnarled. And this is got some very, very minor gold accents right here and on the pushers, but the rest of the watch is very sporty. It's a deep blue dial, ocean blue dial, and it's a chronograph, and it is a Renato Vulcan. There you can see it. 255 grams of 316 stainless steel, so it says on the bottom. 30 ATM, water resistant. And again, the bracelet is what it's famous for. I remember my brother-in-law and I bought these at the same time because we really liked the blue and the very, very, very slight rose accent on the gold accent on the watch. But there it is, a Renato Vulcan. Coming up next, this is the one I was hesitant to sell. I believe I showed this on one other show. This is the 46 to 47 millimeter wildebeest all diamond pave with rose accents on the screws and rose accents on the pushers, or on the crown, I should say. This is not a chronograph, but you can see, I hope you can see. I'm going to turn this light a little dim it here a little bit. Does that help, Rick, in being able to see better?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, there you can see the diamonds, all pave diamond. It's about 2.9 carats of diamonds, all black IP. And when you're in the sun against this black IP bracelet, bicycle bracelet, those diamonds just hit you in the face and won't let up. But it's a Renato Beast, the original Beast, all pave black IP diamonds. About 46 to 47 millimeters on the wrist. Here's a very sporty watch. This one is a Beast that was made with vulcanized rubber and carbon fiber. And this is a yellow dial with orange accents. You can see on the subdial. And you can see when Mink made carbon fiber, when he started making it, he really made some striking carbon fiber. But there you can see it. It's about a 46 millimeter timepiece. I'll show it to you on the wrist real quick. My 7.5-inch wrist, you can see it. And the reason I do this is because I know you guys, a lot of you guys out there like bigger watches. So I want you to be able to see it on the wrist. If it's a big watch, 50 millimeters or so, I generally won't try it on because I know you know that size watch is in your wheelhouse. But when it's around a 46 or 47, I like to try them on to give you guys an idea as to what it looks like on my wrist, because I probably have as big of a wrist as most of you guys, I would think.
Yeah, evidently that's one that you had talked to Michael about before you moved over to the island.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Well,
So here's another opportunity for you, Michael, to pick this one up.
I didn't realize that. My memory isn't what it used to be, guys. But anyway, this is an all diamond pave subdial, kind of a Baltic blue Renato Beast 46, 47 millimeter chronograph. And there it is. You can see the diamonds there in the subdials. And a yellow second hand on the accent. It's a good shot of it. Here's the back of it. And you guys can let Rick know if you want me to show you more of a particular watch. I'm going to just go ahead and tell you guys that there's not a scratch on any of these watches. If you doubt me for some reason, or you want to see more of the watch just to make sure, maybe what I think of as a mark, you don't, or vice versa. So you don't feel free to do that. I'm happy to do it. But in any event, there it is. It is a Renato Beast ETA G10 chronograph. You can see the pushers. And it's got diamond pave subdials with a Baltic blue dial. Very sporty looking watch. There's kind of a situation where you have a sporty watch that also has diamonds. Because everybody thinks, well, if it's got diamonds, it can't be very sporty. Well, I shouldn't say everybody. A lot of people do. But that's not the case. It's how tastefully you do the diamonds. I've got one of the Renato T-Rexes that have the 9-carat diamonds on it. I still have that watch. I won't sell it. And I mean, you wear that thing out and you look like you're showing off. But I like diamonds. Not all guys do. I like diamonds.
Yeah, evidently, Michael said the yellow carbon fiber dial and the Luminox diver automatic were the two that he talked to you about.
Luminox
Don't know if you
diver
remember.
automatic. Yeah, I do have a Luminox diver that I believe is a Valjoux 7750. I've showed that on the show before. I do have that watch. Anyway, here is a Android, and this I've resisted selling for a while. You can see it is an automatic. It's the first automatic we've had in the show. I wish you could see this closely because it has, well, Wing. I mean, there's just tremendous lume on these hour markers. And it's a black dial, and it's got a red accent on the second hand with a magnified hourglass. magnified date, which you can see right there. And it's easily a 48 millimeter watch. Easily a 48 millimeter watch. I don't know if I can get this on my wrist anymore. I think I'm going to have to put a couple links in here if I keep it, because my wrist has been getting bigger from eating too many hot fudge sundaes, to be honest with you. But here it is on the wrist. It's a big boy. It's about 48 millimeters. Could even be 49. It's fully automatic. Got great lume. Beautiful black dial. And it is... let me make sure. I believe it's a Miyota movement. Let me find out here real quick. And it's a dive watch for sure, guys. But I don't know that this is. This certainly isn't an enforcer. I'm trying to think. Maybe it says on the back what the name of the watch is. What wing named it? A Dive Master, I believe, is what it is. Yeah, and it's sapphire crystal, by the way, and a Japanese Miyota movement. 200 meters water resistant. So it's a beautiful dive watch, and as you can see, the bracelet, how he made it. Almost like a 4-piece bracelet, which is very unusual. Okay, so that's our first automatic. That is a Android product, and you can see the name Android on there. So that was still when it was still called Android, obviously. Here's another great Renato. We're going back to the Wildebeest. Now this one is very unique because even though it's got slight yellow gold accents on the pushers, it's a very sporty watch. It's got brown onyx for the dial. This is a brown dial. I love brown dials, by the way. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that. Brown dial with a big, thick alligator strap. All these Renatos on straps are alligator straps made from Hirsch, which is a strap company in Austria. And there it is. It's a 46 millimeter Wildebeest with a brown onyx dial. Gorgeous timepiece. Okay, we're coming up on a real sporty. Now this guy is a 52 millimeter. 52 millimeter. This is, I don't know if you guys know this. They made a couple of wildebeests bigger than T-Rexes. T-Rexes was Renato's biggest watch, but they made a 52 millimeter wildebeest as opposed to the 46 I've been showing you, and this is one of their variations. Okay, this is a GMT wildebeest 52 millimeters, all black IP with red hour markers, red second, red minute hands, red GMT hand. You can see it there. I hope you can see it. It's pointing at the 8. The large 8 is where the GMT hand is, and the second hand is spinning around. This is not a chronograph. This is a big boy. Got some particles from the watch case here that I had it in. But anyway, there you can see it. It's a big guy, all screws, very easy to change the battery. You just unscrew those 4 little screws. 52 millimeters.
What color are the numbers, the numerals on there, Bill?
Don't say numbers or numerals, Rick. That's sacrilege. Hour markers.
Sorry, hour markers.
Yes,
Pardon
hour
me.
markers.
Jesus.
Hour markers.
Hour markers.
Okay, us watch guys don't like it. We don't like numerals or
Yes.
numbers or.
Sorry, I'm just an
Okay,
amateur.
you're the mainstay of the show. You make it function, but boy, you don't know crap about watches. I'll tell you that.
That's why I don't talk much on this, man.
That's right. And I wouldn't normally say that to anybody, but I can say that to Rick. But there it is on the wrist. Look at the size of that sucker.
What color are they? I can't tell if that's pink or red.
They're red. They're pure,
Oh, it is
100% red. Yeah, I wish you could see it. Yeah, it comes out like a pink color, but no, it's dark red. It's as red can be, man. It's striking in color because red and black, really play off each other. But that's you won't find many of these around, especially when this is right before Daniel Mink sold Renato. There's not many 52 millimeter wildebeests around. They made one in red, one in yellow, I believe one in green, and one in blue. And I happen to get the red one. So let's put that guy aside and let's go back to the Mastro. This guy's a big sucker too. This is a 52 millimeter. This has got all kinds of functions on it. It's not a chronograph. This pusher sets the GMT, and then there's a date at the 4 o'clock position, and you can see the very unique dial. But this is a rose gold Mastro with kind of a gray-white dial combination. And it's got black IP. This white stuff, by the way, is from my case, so I'm wiping it off. It's got black IP center links. These are not rubber. Black IP center links, and all rose gold on the outside of the links. And there it is. It's a big boy. It really is, and it is 300 grams of pure stainless steel. It is a Buzo. It's not a Mastro. It's a Buzo, B-U-Z-O Extreme. Daniel didn't make a whole lot of these, but it's a Buzo Extreme. And that's Italian for one big sucker of a watch. That's what it's. I mean, you could see the black accents on the pushers and over here on the side of the case. But it's a big guy, and it has a lot of different functions to it, and plays well on the wrist. I'm going to put this on because this is slightly bigger than the red one I just showed you. So it's got to be, I would say, gosh, must be 53 millimeters in size. Can you believe I was wearing these size watches at one time? Look at that.
Man, I thought my Buzo was busy. That one's got a lot of stuff going on there.
Yeah, but it's very readable. You can see the second and minute hands, and you can see the GMT hand.
Mm-hmm.
It was very tastefully done, I thought, which is why I bought it. So there it is, the Buzo Extreme by Daniel Mink. Again, a quartz watch. The only automatic today I've shown is the Android so far. Here's an oldie but goodie. This one is the original. And this is why I bought it. The original 46 millimeter Invictus Speedway. Look at that with a black mother of pearl dial, a big date, a quartz big date. Let me turn this light off again. You can see the big date at the 12 o'clock position. You can very clearly see the loomed hands. And this is a rose gold with black bezel, black mother of pearl, original Speedway, 46 millimeters. I'll put that on the wrist for you. And look at he did a very tasteful dial. I will say that. How he did the polished sort of side links, and then the brushed center links, and the brushed outside links. And the slightly inside polished links, and then the middle center links that are brushed. But here it is. This is it's the only Invictus Speedway I own. There it is on the wrist, 46 to 47 millimeters. Very sporty watch. And by the way, the bezel has these green dots on the outside, which are loomed in the dark. So it's a pretty cool watch. I've had it for a long time. It's all Swiss made. And it's one of the few Invictas, by the way, when he, let's see, I want to verify this. This is Swiss chronograph and sapphire crystal. So this is the good old days at Invicta. Anyway, that is an original Speedway. Here comes another, we've got two more rubber cut watches from Renato. This one is a all blue strap, again, 7.5 inches or lower. It's got an all blue, ocean blue dial with yellow accents on the subdial and on the 8. It is a beast, and it's 46 millimeters. You can see the vulcanized rubber and the design on the rubber. And over here we have a T-Rex in an all gray dial, 50 millimeters, all gray, black vulcanized rubber, again, with the that fits a 7.5 to below on the wrist. And here's how it looks when it's open. And here's how you size it. Of course, you guys probably know. You just cut along these lines if you want to make it smaller. You take out the pin, and then you reinsert the pin in the new hole. And there you go. You got it. So I think that will do it, except for one last watch. And this is a gold T-Rex diver. T-Rex went into making divers for a while, specifically called a T-Rex diver. It's a big watch. It's about 52 millimeters. It's all ocean blue, again, with yellow accents. But it's a very cool, very light yellow gold. It's not a real deep, rich, dark yellow gold. And it's 200 millimeters water resistant. Sapphire crystal, of course. And there it is, that ocean blue dial. It's a big boy. It really, really is. And you can see it's a chronograph. And that is the T-Rex diver. One of two that I own. I own one in rose gold and one in gold. I like the, I typically like the gold and blue combination. You might remember, guys, that Invicta did a lot of that too. They made a lot of watches with a blue and gold combination in a more sporty, maybe a more sporty way. But this is, in my view, a gold watch that can be worn as a sports watch. I think we've covered them all. I did want to, I want to show you that, let me take my earphones off and come back in 2 seconds. I want to reach over here and show you this, this Venom that busted on me. The watch works fine, but the strap busted. Hold on.
Hey, grab the Panerai while you're over there too. Folks, if you have any interest in making Bill an offer, let me just put up his email right here, and you can send him a message at fbwatchforum@gmail.com and communicate with Bill directly through that. And let's see. Let me catch up on a few comments. Here we go. Let's see. Michael says Renato's biggest watch is the 55 millimeter Mastro. That is, I'm not sure if Bill has that. No, I don't think Bill has that one, but I know he's talked to me about it before. So, Sam, I know Bill will appreciate these comments here. Deal with Bill. Bill's great to deal with, and his watches are always in perfect shape. So I was just sharing a comment from Sam, Bill, about his former dealings with you. You're great to deal with, and watches are always in great shape.
Well, thank you, Sam. I appreciate that very much. It's nothing better than to have a compliment from your peers. It goes a long way. Anyway, can we switch over to this?
Oh, yeah. Hold on a second.
So this is the new Panerai. And this is how it comes packaged. I'm going to take this. I don't know if we can't get a closer shot of that, huh, Rick? Let me take.
You got to move it closer to the
No.
camera,
I'm gonna move the phone closer with the camera on
Yeah.
it. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. So let's see.
There you go.
So here it is. It comes packaged. I don't know if you guys can see it, but you can see that stitching is green stitching. It's a beautiful green dial. It comes with the tools, obviously, to change the strap. It comes with a green rubber strap. And then as part of the deal, I got them to give me a brown alligator strap, again made by Hirsch in Austria, that has white stitching because the numerals have kind of a white numerals. God, Rick, see what you did to me? The hour markers have kind of a white hue to them, but but they're surrounded by kind of a rose gold outline. And this is a GMT that works. In other words, you set the GMT the same way you would set the time on the watch, just to a different time zone. So you don't have the 24-hour time zone on this watch. You just have a second time zone that's set by normal time. You just point that GMT hand, which right now is right underneath. You can see it. It's right underneath the hour hand. Excuse me, the minute hand that's pointed at the 9, because it's 2:45 here in Hawaii, where I am, 2:45 in the afternoon. So
what color is that? It's hard to tell with the phone
I know it
color.
is.
So
it's very hard to tell. It's kind of a green. It's let me see. It's the same color as the strap, but I don't know if I can.
Yeah. On the camera here, it looks like more like a jade green. But
that's exactly right. That's what it is.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay.
Yeah, it's a jade green. I wish you could see the contrast stitching, because it really it looks white on the phone, but that is a green contrast stitching that matches the dial. It's got a 72-hour power reserve, so that's 3 full days upon a full wind, and it's got a big mainspring, so you have to wind it about 100 times to get it up to the 72 hours. Wow. But I keep it on a watch winder. I keep the watch, since this is a new watch, I keep it here in this case, because 7:30 tomorrow morning will be 72 hours, and when I buy a new watch, so I don't put it in my safe or my winder until I know I'm going to keep the watch, because I want to make sure that the power reserve works accurately. So right now, this has been over 2 days and it's working perfectly. And at 7:30 tomorrow morning, it shouldn't stop before 7:30 tomorrow morning. And then I know the 72-hour power reserve is working. This is the rubber case that they give you to put over the watch. They also gave me a traveling case with this, a beautiful traveling case. So this came with the works. Let me cover this up. And
so when you get a watch like that with the power reserve, you do a full wind and then test the power reserve.
I do the full wind, and then I always test the power reserve, because I want to make sure that the power reserve is working. And you have to remember, on a new watch, if it's a brand new watch and unused and it's not a pre-owned timepiece, you have to make sure you fully wind it. And on a 72-hour watch, a lot of times with a big mainspring like that, it's going to take about 100 winds, 100 full winds. And you want to do that because you wind it a few times, it's not going to give you that power reserve. It's never been used before. So that mainspring needs to be wound fully and put in use.
Hold on. I would be nervous with a watch like that to put 100 winds on it, But for something like that, you feel a distinct resistance when it gets close.
No, you're talking about a hand wound watch. This has a rotor on it and an interlocking mechanism, so you can never overwind it.
Oh, got it.
So if the mainspring gets overwound, if you keep winding the mainspring, the lock clicks in and stops it from getting too tight in order to break. So it's got an anti-magnetic. This watch, if you're going to buy a watch like this, you better get the whole deal. So hold on one second. Let me get that. Yeah. Let me get that Venom.
All right, folks. Remember, guys, if you're still on here, I think there's a number of you still here. fbwatchforum@gmail.com. Any of the watches that Bill has shown, and then I will try and index all of these in order, so you can just go to a certain segment and just pull them up according to which one you're interested in. So
Okay, here's the Venom. I don't know that you can see the mother of pearl on this any more than you could the others, but it's the platinum mother of pearl. Okay, and and here it is, man. It broke on both sides. Look at that. Just came right off. So, but you can see it's 10 minutes to 3 here. Watch works fine. Nothing wrong with the watch. In fact, I put a new battery in it not too long ago. But it's just unworkable, and I'm not going to spend the money to get a new band. But anyway, I've got a couple watches like that. I've got a couple over here that were the sport watches that Invicta made that also the straps busted off. Never happened to any watch I've ever owned except Invicta. And I'm talking, it's never going to happen on a high-end rubber strap. And it's never going to happen even on watches that are priced similar to Invicta. It's not going to happen on Renato. It's not going to happen on Swiss Legend. It's not going to happen on Android. But it happens consistently on Invicta watches. The last thing I want to say before we close the show is if somebody makes me offers on these watches, remember that depending on what watch it is, if I give you a good deal, I'm going to include the fact that I have to pay for shipping. So if I tell you a watch is $110, that's the $10 is for shipping. If I tell you it's $60, it's really $50 and $10 for shipping. However, if you make me an offer on a watch and you want to buy more than one, I'm not going to charge you twice for shipping like Shop NBC. Shop NBC used to do. Remember, you used to order 3 watches and they'd send you out all 3 watches at the same time in the same case, but charge you 3 times for 3 $14.99s for shipping. I remember that, boy. And they used to complain all the time, but they didn't care. Hey, you want to buy Invicta? You got to come here and buy it, and you're going to have to pay the shipping. So anyway, I also want to announce that I have a Graham. If you guys are not familiar with Graham watches, they're made in England, high-end watch brand, Graham. You can look them up. I have a beautifully engraved limited edition Graham timepiece for sale. It's 42 millimeters. You can call me if you're interested in that. I also have a Breitling for sale. You can call me if you're interested in that. And I may even have a Frederick Constant for sale. Look them up. They're a sub-brand of Girard Perregaux, the same way as Tudor is a sub-brand of Rolex. All good quality watches. So I have several high-end watches I do intend to sell. I haven't posted them all yet, but if there's anybody you know who might want one of those, or just may want to chat with me and say, hey, what high-end watches do you have and which ones are for sale? Hook me up with them. I'd appreciate it, and we can talk about pricing.
Was that Graham, the one with the yellow dial?
No, I'm not selling that one. This is another one. This is an all silver tone with a black dial and a black leather strap. I mean, it's a gorgeous watch, but I need room in my safe to put some of these newer watches. And frankly, I don't like keeping the higher end watches out of the safe. Not that this is a big crime area or anything like that.
Graham's getting evicted from the safe, huh?
Well, I've got more than one. I've got more than 1 gram. So I'm just being honest with you guys. If you have what new watches coming in and you've got more than one of that brand, it may be you love them so much that you don't want to get rid of any of them. But then again, it may be that you like the brand, but you don't need 2 of them. You like a newer brand better. Doesn't mean the first one you bought is anything wrong with it. It's just, you might as well sell it, make some money. And as you guys know, that's what I do. And in large part, thanks to some of you guys, you have enabled me to get other watches that I have liked over the years because of that. So, that's what it's all about. I want somebody who, one thing I do want is I want to make sure somebody who takes the watch is going to enjoy the watch and love the watch, or at least give it to somebody who will. I'm just not happy about getting rid of watches just for the sake of getting rid of them and then not caring what happens to them. I also have a bunch of watches. I don't know if you guys can see that, you see that the silver case? Here's my piano over here, the black thing I'm pointing to. See that silver case right there, right behind it with the bars coming up? That has about 5 drawers in it, full of watches. And there are many watches in there that I would consider nice watches, but also beater watches. I'd be willing to let those go for $25, $30. And I'm happy if you called me up personally, and if you were interested in those, we could go over those, because I don't want to just sell one $20 or $25 watch and then have to pay for shipping. It's not worth it to me. But if you bought a couple of them, so hey, you spend $60, I send you out the watches, and you're really paying $50 and $10 for shipping. I don't want to lose money on shipping if it's not going to be worth my while. Unless it's a more expensive watch, then I'm happy to eat the shipping, and if it's a $150 watch or something like that, I've got no problem with it. So anyway, all these things can be discussed and talked about more personally if you guys are interested. Michael, Sam, Keemon, I really, really, really appreciate your patronage, and love the site, Sam, by the way. It's coming along good. I see you're getting a lot of great postings, so keep up the good work there. And we'll see you on the next turn. We'll advertise when we have our next show. It's not on a regular basis, but we always advertise it, and you guys can get the word out, and we'll go from there. But in any event, I hope you enjoyed it. Take care.
You can't leave without addressing this graphic that we always.
Oh, yeah. Well, not everybody has a wife, right? But a significant other would work.
There you go.
But see, that doesn't much apply to me anymore, because now I am selling some watches, right? So I don't know that we're going to have to phase that out probably, as much as I love it. But in any event, the guys, take care, be safe, okay? You got another wave of this virus coming around. Be safe, take care, social distance, wear the mask. We've got tourists now coming out to Hawaii as of yesterday. And so I'm very concerned, because it was shut down for so long. This was very safe. I mean, we had cases in Hawaii, but none on my island, none. And so you could do basically whatever you wanted, because you knew everybody and you were safe. But now it's been opened up again, and you're just going to have to be extra cautious. So do that for me, and we'll see you on the next turnaround, okay? Take care, and be good. And
right.
love those watches. Thanks, Rick, for your help.
All right. We'll see you guys.
Okay, bye-bye now.